All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's learn how to study, take notes, and get the best grade possible on a test. First thing you got to do is ask yourself, why are you here? Why do you care about this topic? Why are you studying? Well, obviously, it's either to get a job or get promoted, make more money. And how do we do that? Well, the first thing you do is you have to have a process that combines your experience with science and with the standards that pertain to the subject you're studying. And what are the results? The results are you're going to change your behavior, you're going to learn a lot, and it's going to motivate you. And with motivation, you can do anything. So, first thing you got to do is you got to have the 30,000-foot view. You got to look at the big picture. You don't want to get stuck in the minutia. You're going to have to do some things, but you need to make sure that you're aware of exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish. Pay attention to your goals. By the way, if you don't know what minutia is, look it up in the dictionary. One of the techniques I use in studying it is I have a dictionary in my phone, and when I'm reading, if I don't know what a word is, I look it up, I underline it, and I put the definition in the margin of the book. That way I won't have to look it up again. So if you're going to study, let's study smart. You want to set realistic goals. Make the most of your study time. Wayne Dyer wrote a book called The Power of Intention. Once you make up your mind what you're going to do, you dramatically increase the chances that you'll succeed. You want your goals to be SMART goals: specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and timely. Google SMART goals. There's a lot of different articles about it. You want to read for success. We're going to talk about different methods of reading. You want to preview, predict, read with purpose. Effective readers skim. They look at the pictures, the titles, the headings, and text, as well as tying it to their personal experiences. Think ahead while you're reading. Anticipate the information. Ask yourself, why are they putting this here? Is this important? You want to improve your memory. You need a good note-taking system. Uh, you're going to have conscious and subconscious memory. You need to dig deeper neural pathways, which means you need to have mental hooks. The brain stores ideas by association, so you need to have things that are related to what you're studying that helps you understand it. And it's also good to have a little anxiety. Stress actually improves memory. The emotion provides energy to what's going into your brain. So ask yourself, what would you write? What would you take notes about on this slide right here? And test taking, there's skills to taking a test. And there are skills that you employ before, during, and after taking the test. Once you create habits out of these skills through repetition, then you'll be able to apply these and increase your success. First thing you need to do is be prepared. Bring your books, notebooks, your homework, your pencils, your pen, your erasers to class. You need to sit in the front of the room. This reduces distraction and shows the teachers that you're serious about learning. You need to pay attention in class. Take good notes, ask intelligent questions when you're confused. There's no such thing as a stupid question unless you don't ask it. And you need to treat the teacher with respect, which means come to every class and raise your hand. Don't just butt in. You need to be goal oriented. You need to stay focused. Put things on paper. If not on paper, put it in your phone. You need to seize the opportunity. Seize the day. Carpe diem. If you're focused, you can take advantage of circumstances as they arise. Carry a book with you everywhere you go. I have a couple books sitting in the back seat of my car. I've been waiting on a blonde for 36 years. Whenever she's busy doing something that I'm not involved in, I'm reading. I don't waste my time. I take a book with me to the doctor's office. I take a book with me when she goes shopping. You need to have a schedule, a consistent schedule. Use your phone and sync it with your calendar on your computer. There's software out there that's free that you can do that with. And reverse engineer your schedule backwards. Start with the end in mind and then ask yourself how long each activity is going to take and back it up to today so that you'll know where you need to do things. You need to break it down into tasks, into manageable parts. You need to keep up with your assignments. You need to get into a study routine. Routines are easy, and then make the most of your time. You should set up some place to study. A good study area is calm, quiet. If you study in the same place each day, so people will know to leave you alone. Poor study areas have too many distractions. You don't need television and radio. I know some people say that it helps them. I quite frankly don't believe it. Get a study buddy. Whenever I studied for promotional processes, I always studied with a group of folks. They would help me remember things and learn things that I didn't even think about. So if you're going to look for a study buddy, find a good one. Somebody that takes school seriously, somebody that earns higher grades than you do, um, somebody that keeps up with all their work, somebody you trust, somebody that's well organized, and somebody that's rarely, if ever, absent. And then ask yourself, are you a good study buddy? Would somebody pick you to study with? You improve your memory by developing new neural pathways. There's science that proves how this stuff works. Number one, link it. Remember, ideas are connected by association. The brain puts same type of things in the same area of the brain. So figure out something that's related to what you're studying and cognate on that for a minute. Meditate on it for a minute, and it'll put it in the same place in your brain. Repeat it. Do it to death. Repetition is the key to memory. In your mind, you can recite facts, do it out loud, or write it down. The more you do it, the better you're going to remember it. Play with it. Act your way into right thinking. Use memory tricks, little sayings that jog your mind. If possible, try to get some emotion involved in it. Write it down. Write important things on index cards. Handwriting is better than a computer, but computer's better than nothing. Sing it. Songs stick in your mind because of the rhythm. Music is optional. When I was a kid in the Boy Scouts, I think 11 years old, my father said, if you want to remember the Scout law, group it in threes. A Boy Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. That was 51 years ago, and I still remember it today, and I don't say it that often. Visualize it. As you study, make a mental picture. Say it as you see it. Lincoln used to read things out loud, and people ask him, why do you do that? And he said, well, if I say it out loud, I'm seeing it, I'm saying it, and I'm hearing it. By the time it's gone through my brain 3 times, I remember it. If you add writing to it, that's 4 times. Take great notes. This is essential stuff. Keep it simple, silly. Write only important information, the main idea, the important names, the dates, the numbers, the key details. Use an outline. Put your main idea at the heading, then underneath that put the people, events, and categories, then underneath that the important information that supports the other information. Keep it brief. Come up with an abbreviation system. Use acronyms. Organize your notes. Keep them in a binder. Organize them by topics with your handouts. Write clearly. Your notes will be useful only if you can read them. So, use repetition and rewrite them as soon as possible while it's still fresh in your mind, and when you have more time to write it slowly and clearly. Oh, read for success. There's different methods out there to help you read and comprehend things. You can try one. If it doesn't work, go to another one. If you find one that feels good, stick with it for a while, but periodically every 2-3 months, try another one. If it feels better, switch. If not, stick with the old system. Practice makes perfect. Practice these reading techniques 15 to 20 minutes every day until you get used to it, becomes a routine, then you won't even have to think about it. You'll just automatically do it. Follow a schedule. You'll see progress. Try reading at the same time every day in the same place so you get a reading routine. If you're not doing it, something feels wrong. It'll motivate you to keep doing it. Keep a log. How much have you read today? How long did you read today? Stick with it. Be persistent. Muhammad Ali said, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now, and the rest of your life you'll be a champion. Be an active reader. Preview the text. Good readers always preview. You read the cover and the title, the front cover and the back cover. What clues do you get from the title? Ask yourself questions. The brain uses questions to remember things, to think about things. What clues do you get from the pictures? What is information is on the front cover and the back cover? Who wrote the book? Whenever I'm reading a book or an article, first thing I do is Google the author. I want to know about this guy. I want to know what experience he's got. Why should I believe what he's telling me? It also helps me to remember the stuff he's writing if I have a connection, a relationship with him, even if it's just on paper. Were there any comments by famous people on the tabs of the book? How is this book described in the jacket flaps? Look at the table of contents and the subtitles. What is this book going to teach me? What are the main topics covered in this book? How are the topics arranged? You're probably going to want to arrange your memories the same way the author arranged the book. That way you've got a structure. Remember, using outlines? Basically, that's what the title of contents are. It's just an outline. Look at the pictures, the illustrations, the photos, charts with the captions. What are the different types of pictures, photographs, and maps? What do the visuals show? Why are these illustrations included? What purpose do they serve? What facts do you get from the captions? Don't forget to take notes from those captions when they're important. Don't forget the review questions or the study guides that the author and the publisher put in the book. Always remember to focus on the introductory and the concluding paragraphs in each chapter. And always remember why you're reading this book. What's the purpose? Are there specific knowledge, skills, and abilities that you're working on? What are the different options of how you can apply this stuff? Look for the facts. Look for instructions, learning new information, learning new vocabulary. Skimming the text. You want to preview the text. You want to predict what's coming next, and you want to read really fast. Focus on key words. Look for facts, often in the first and the last sentence of a paragraph. Restate the information at the end of the page. When you finish the page, all right, just give in 1-2 sentences, tell me what that page was about. In each paragraph, find the topic or the main sentence. 9 times out of 10, it's the first sentence. If it's not the first sentence, it may be the last sentence. Every now and then it's in the middle, but usually not. Think, what is this paragraph about? Look for key details, significant examples, information on the main topic. Find facts and statements that can be proven. Look for statistics and numbers for additional information. Look for reasons, explanations why something happened or is important. Look for definitions, statements that explain what something means. Look for descriptions, words or phrases that give more depth and detail. Also, look for words that appear more often. They're probably more important. Steps for outlining and highlighting. Identify the topic, the subject of the paragraph. Look for the main idea. What is the main idea, stated or unstated? Find the details that back up the main ideas. Extra information under the heading. Then put together a little elevator speech. If you had 2 minutes to tell somebody what this was about, what would you tell them? Use the 5 W's and the H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Who is it about? Who was involved? Who affected it? What?